guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a get ready with me, a little bit of a get ready with me. I'll show you the Complexion products that I'm using today. I really like the two pairing of the cream bronzer and powder bronzer that I use. It gave me a really nice golden look, so enjoying that. I'll show you what I do there, as well as I'm trying out another of the mini essence palettes. I like to mauve it and created this halo eye. Wanted to see if I could get it to work for deep set eyes, and I think that I did. So if you have deep set eyes and want to try out this halo eye look, you could totally do it with whatever palette you have. I just wanted to try it with this palette. I think all I have left to get is the green mini palette. Pretty sure that's the last of them, so I'll definitely have to get it since I have all of the other ones and try that one out for you guys. So if you guys would like to see how I created this look, then just keep watching. All right, first I'm gonna go in with my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter in the shade 4.5. I just wanna kind of elevate the bounce skin tint and see if like it just makes it even better. Because these would be like my two favorite kind of complexion products to put on the skin, so I want to see how they work together. I've never used this underneath before, so see if we can get the ultra skin-like glowy look. Now that I have that all blended out and it's dried down a bit, I'm going to go in with the skin tint, and I have this in the shade medium 2. We've actually been getting some really nice weather lately. We've been getting heat. It's been nice. We've been using our pool a lot, kind of going to our cousin's houses, going to their pools. We actually got the kids out golfing together this weekend, which was really fun. Yeah, so it was nice to just kind of be just enjoying the summer because it is going by so fast. Like, I can't believe we are in the third week of August. So July, sorry. Wow. Would have ended summer right there. My middle son has a hockey tournament in August, so that should be fun. That should be like the last kind of hurrah of summer, family trip, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. It's crazy now that he's older, now that he's 14. And once you get up to that age in hockey, that's when the body contact comes in, and it was a pretty good year, so they did really well, and it was a pretty good year, but his last game, he had his collarbone broken, so I don't know if I mentioned that in a previous video. I may have. So it's kind of scary, like, to go back into hockey this year, but hopefully, like, he's grown, he's healed. He'll be the older kid now, so yeah, it's not for the faint of heart. It's pretty crazy. All right, so that is the two products blended in together, and it just gave, the Flawless Filter just gave it that added glow. They blended in really nicely together, and my skin just looks hydrated and dewy without looking like full coverage and that I'm wearing a lot of makeup. Right, I'm going in with the Balm's Anti-Dot Concealer, and I have this in the shade 18. Again, I have been thoroughly loving this concealer. Just creamy, not too matte, not too dewy. Gives you a nice amount of coverage without looking cakey. Just pat it on with my finger and then blend it out. For contour, I'm going in with the Huda Beauty Tan Tour. Been loving this with just the Kabuki brush, and can get that bronzer look just by using a thicker, fluffier brush. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of powder bronzer. I'm gonna go in with the Hard Candy Natural Powder Bronzer in the shade Tan, just to kind of set the cream bronzer. It's gonna be warmer today, so just kind of want to set that down. And this kind of will still allow me to have that glowy look, but just set my other bronzer a little bit more. This is a nice, just warm bronzer to give you that natural, like, tan-like finish. So I prep my lids with my Wet n Wild Incognito concealer, and then I just kind of closed my eyes and did a little spritz of the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Skincare Priming Glow Mist, just to add some more hydration to my lids so we can maybe get a smoother finish with the eyeshadows. If you can hear my son in the background yelling, he is playing his video games with his friends, and that is just how they do it. Like, it's just like white noise now, unless there's like really high-pitched screams. Sometimes that happens, or sometimes I'll have the windows open and I'm like outside doing something and I hear these screams coming from inside. I'm like, oh my God, I go in and I'm like, you guys, I can hear you from outside. Like, people that don't have teenage boys are probably like, what is going on in that household? But it's just the way it is. They just yell like that when they play. So that's what you hear in the background if you hear yelling. All right, let's get into the eyeshadow. So one of my subscribers told me I should check out, well, have all of the mini Essence palettes almost anyways. Why wouldn't I check out I Like to Mauve It? But she was like, you should totally try out the purple one with your blue eyes. So that is what we're gonna do today. Try out the little purple palette. So we've got a nice kind of taupey, it's got a little bit, I guess it's got the mauve in it. So this is the warmest shade in the palette, but it does have some kind of underlying pinky purple to it. Then you got this nice deep gray. Then you have this very, very light, almost white color, but it has some kind of like purple undertone to it. And we got our shimmery foil colors as well. So let's get into it. All right, let's start off the way that I like to start off, and that is taking the neutral shade in the palette and working it up onto the brow bone. Okay, so this has some coolness to it, but that's kind of playing nicely with like the tan color, like the golden bronzer we got going on. It's blending out nicely. Sometimes with the matte colors that are a little cooler, you get some patchiness. All right, now I'm gonna go into the darker gray tone, and I'm gonna use my fluffy brush again. Usually I like to kind of use a more dense brush and a smaller brush with the darker tones, but I kind of just want to like smoke this out a little bit more and have it a little bit more of a diffused look, like I'm just adding some depth rather than placing a dark color in one spot. So I'm going to pull my eye a little bit, tilt my head back, and just follow along the crease line. and not go as high up as I went with the taupe color. So we're just adding a little bit more depth. You can see that right there. That blended really nicely, and the two shades together look really pretty. All right, I'm really excited to get into the foiled colors. You can see this one almost has some maroon undertones to it. This has the nice purpley pinks, the brighter tones, and this is more like a muted lilac mauve color with more of like a cooler, leaning towards the cooler side of purples. I'm going to attempt a halo eye. We'll see how it goes, see what it looks like. All right, let's go in with the maroon color. And I'm going to go on the inner corner to start. And I think that if we kind of just keep it to the lid, keep this area nice and bright, we should be okay. We won't create too much of a mess. Now I'm going to take the same color and go to the outer part of the lid. And just using a really dense flat brush just helps keep this a little bit more precise. And I think that spraying my eyes with the setting spray is really helping with these eyeshadows. Like I feel I'm getting more depth with the eyeshadows and more foiledness than I would like where you would take it and spray your brush. So maybe try just closing your eyes and just spraying a little bit of setting spray on the eyes after you used your eye primer or concealer, just to help keep the eyes hydrated for your eyeshadows. This is looking really pretty. I think the key here for the deep set eyes is not bringing the halo part up to the brow bone, like just keeping the brow bone really smooth and clean looking is helping. I just wiped my brush off on some paper towel because I'm really liking this brush for this eyeshadow palette and the look that I'm wanting to do. I'm going to go in with the brighter purple foiled color and just keep working my way towards the middle. Now I'm going to take a different flat brush. This one is a little bit fluffier, and I'm going to go into the lightest shade and kind of blend that over. So we're blending the colors through a little bit. Now I'm going to use my finger to pick up this lightest shade because I want to really saturate the color in the middle on top of that light color. Now I'm going over it again with the light matte tone just to brighten it up a little bit more. So I just popped a little bit more of the darkest shade on the outer corner just to kind of enhance the halo eye look a little bit, but I'm going to stay away from the front. I like that it's kind of just buffed out a little bit and not as dark. I don't want any more kind of shadowing in that area. Now I'm going to go under the eye with my little square brush and the neutral tone in the palette. I love doing this. I feel like it just kind of ties the look in together, cleans up any edges, softens the look underneath the eye, especially with the concealer there. All right, I'm actually going to do a little bit of liquid liner along the lash line. I think that'll look good with this look. Just to kind of thicken the lash line. And it just kind of cleans up that inner corner a little bit too. All right, I added some mascara, I tight lined. I think the eyes turned out stunning. I love the way that the lilac color kind of looks with my blue eyes. We can definitely pull this off with our deep set eyes. We just have to be precise where we put the product. Just blend it. Always when in doubt, just blend things out with a fluffy brush. And with dark colors, be light-handed. Use an angular brush, use a smaller brush just to be a little bit more precise with where you want to place it. But I think this turned out really, really nice for the eyes. For the lips, I went in with my Annabelle eyebrow pencil in the shade Taupe first. Then I used the Nude One lip liner from KKW. I went in with Maybelline's Fit Me, Maybelline's Nude Lust. Did I say Nude Lust for this? Nude One, if I did. Nude Lust lipstick. Love it, one of my favorites. And then over top, I just went in with the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Praline. I think this really picked up on the kind of neutral tone in the palette. I think that's pairing really nicely with the eyes. So yeah, this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you tried out with your deep set eyes and how it worked for you. And thank you again for watching, and I will see you guys again soon.